What would you say to a parent who feels guilt for the way they raised their child?
Yeah. Well, you're talking to one of them. At least for many years, I carried a lot of guilt. Here's what I would say to them. Yes, you're right to acknowledge that the way you showed up for your children hurt them, or maybe the way you didn't show up for them hurt them. But what morning did you decide to hurt your kids? What decision did you make them suffer? You never did. You did your best. That was your best at the time. That's who you were at the time. So guilt is totally inappropriate. You're not to be blamed. It's fine that you should acknowledge that it happened. A bit of healthy regret is always a good thing. But the guilt, and guilt implies you did something and you knew better and you didn't do it. But you didn't know any better. Or if you did know better, something in you prevented from fulfilling what you knew. There was some trauma there. So it's not deliberate on your part, never was. And so guilt is totally inappropriate. Parents should never be blamed. That doesn't mean we don't acknowledge what they did or didn't do. It also doesn't mean that the child shouldn't feel angry about it. You know what I said to my kids once I became aware of all this stuff? I said, I'm not worried you'll be angry with me. I'm worried you won't be angry enough. I want people to experience, a lot of people who are hurt, there's a lot of anger there that they suppressed. That suppression of anger has got terrible consequences. So I'm not saying there's no room for anger. I'm not saying there's no room for genuine, healthy remorse, but guilt. And that's the first thing. The second thing is, no child wants to be seen as the parent's mistake. If I look at my kids, and if I see only my guilt, I'm not seeing them. I'm just projecting my own stuff onto them. I need to see them for who they are. And when you look at them through the eyes of guilt, you're doing them no favor whatsoever.